Okay, so yesterday I tried making this video and it didn't work. There was no sound. So I guess it wasn't the time for it to go out. Really, what I wanted to address today was something I was listening to a couple days ago with Abraham Hicks. Every morning I like to start my day off listening to somebody, whether it's Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks, Louise Hay, whoever, usually with the focus being on gratitude. But it was cool. Yesterday when I was listening to Abraham, she was talking about how life isn't supposed to be full of resistance. And I think we forget that because as we leave survival mode and we begin to start living, a lot of people are going to, of course, criticize us, condemn us. Heck, I think even my biological father thinks I'm doing drugs now. I would take the time to validate that, but I'm not going to because it's irrelevant to me at the point. But the thing is I'm saying I get that we get a lot of pushback when we begin to embrace the spiritual aspects of ourselves and raise our vibration, and we start to see things differently than those who are still stuck in the system. We can see things so dramatically differently, and as our spiritual side expands and we become more in touch with our more psychic or metaphysical abilities, it can really make a lot of people uncomfortable. Just know that's not your responsibility to make it better. Also know, though, I totally get when we leave that place, the pain and the grief and the sorrow that sometimes we go through by releasing everything that doesn't serve us. And we feel like it hurts because in a way it's grief, right? We're leaving behind old beliefs, old parts of ourselves that never really were ourselves. They were just masks, but they felt like us because we wore them for so long. So we do have to grieve them. But the thing we don't necessarily always integrate is after this is that from that point on, things don't have to be a struggle. Once you choose to raise your vibration, once you choose to follow your purpose, your highest good, your soul contract, whatever it is you made before you came here, you're going to realize that everything that is meant for you will feel easy. And I'm not lying. If it's not an easy thing to do, it's not meant for you. And I'm not talking about challenging things where you challenge yourself to be better, like lifting weights or picking up a new hobby like playing the guitar. I mean, obviously, there's going to be challenges. What I'm talking about is the feeling you get inside of your body, that core feeling of like having to force yourself to do something. You get up in the morning and you don't really feel like doing it. The idea of doing it makes you already tired. You haven't even left your bed yet. And it's like, fuck, I gotta do that again? Fuck. That's not what it should feel like. If it's meant for you, be like, oh boy, I get to do that again today. Right on, let's go. That's what it should feel like. Do you know what I mean? So keep that in mind as you're going through your journey. If you find yourself having to force yourself to get up and do something, maybe take some time to reflect on it and see if it's the actual activity or maybe it's the way you're doing the activity. Just engage the response, your body, your physical. Does your tummy get upset? Does your body start to feel heavy? If you start to feel heavy in any way, it's not for you, okay? You're supposed to feel light. You're supposed to feel energized. It's supposed to not feel like you're pushing up mud up a hill as you try to crawl, It should feel like, just like Abraham Hicks talks about, it should feel like a river. And when you're in the river and you're flowing with the river, the only thing you need to do is guide yourself around the obstacles. Occasionally, you might need to paddle, but for the most part, you can just relax and go with the flow. So just keep that in mind, right? Things are not supposed to feel heavy. Doesn't mean there are not going to be challenges. I have them all the time, but usually they're internal and mindset based. So, yeah, most of our battles are with our ego until we learn how to use it and not be at risk of it controlling us. That just takes a lot of practice and learning to trust yourself. You'll get there. I'll get there. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I have to go walk my dog. Bye.